Hello, my dear students. So, today we are going to discuss what are network security issues. And in this context, first of all, we are going to discuss what is a network security. So, network security consists of policies and practices adopted to prevent and monitor unauthorized access, misuse, modification, or denial of computer network and network accessible resources. Network security involves the authorization of access to data in a network which is controlled by the network administrator. Okay, I hope this definition is really uh, complete and it covers all the aspect of network security. So it consists of our policies and practices adopted to prevent and monitor unauthorized access. The most important thing we have in our computer system is not the hardware, it is the data which we store inside it. Okay, and misuse of this data is really a major problem in today's world, right? Number of problems are there which arises due to misuse or modification of the net or of the data which we store in our digital systems. For example, one of the example can be identity theft, where an anonymous user can access your personal details and use it on social media or with some other thing, right? And there are many other issues. We will discuss them one by one in later conversations. Let's see. Okay, so some of the threats to a network are: first is virus. What are viruses? Basically, viruses are malicious program which can perform different activities on the host system, like for example, hacking the system, deleting or updating the information on your system, or passing the information from your system to the you can say the hacker, right? So these are the simple program which can perform malicious activity. Okay, and they are, and the peculiar thing about the viruses, they associate themselves with the other program. For example, if you are having a Microsoft Word, and the executable file for Microsoft Word is word.exe, and then any virus can infect that exe file and work in conjugation. That's why it is called a virus. This is like a real life virus, in which virus is nothing but the organism which resides inside the host and perform malicious activities, right? The next is a spamming is the unwanted emails, mm, which may have anonymous links or advertisement which is not required by the user, or user mean unwanted mail, you can say, that are called spams, right? Now, the third type of threat, which is called spyware. Spyware is the program which initially feels like it is a very useful program, but actually it tracks all the information or activities performed by the user and sends to the vendor or creator, right? So such type of malicious software is called spyware. Okay, now the next is adware. Adware is a program which gives you unwanted emails by capturing your browser, or by taking advantage of vulnerability of the browser or DNS, right? Now, the next is snooping. Snooping is the accessing someone else's data without the permission or authority. You can say that. For example, if I'm typing a password and you are looking from behind, then it is a snooping, right? And if you are acquiring information from my dust bin, okay, there may be scenario where I have worked with certain documents and I have printed some useful information and I have thrown that, okay, and you are acquiring that information without my permission. That is called a simple snooping. Now, the sixth and important is eavesdropping. Eavesdropping is the acquiring or listening the conversation between the two participants, right? For example, we have a two we are you can consider a scenario where two people are talking with each other and other one is listening, and this phenomena is called eavesdropping, right? I think it is clear what is the difference between snooping and eavesdropping. Snooping is simply acquiring the information without the permission. Eavesdropping is the acquiring or listening to the conversation between the two participants of the network, right? Okay, I think these two are really clear. Now the next is worm are the software which can replicate and perform malicious activity. Very simple. Worm are the individual program which can replicate. Spyware is a software which feels or pretend to be a useful program, but behind the scenes it performs a malicious activity. Virus is the software which attaches itself to a normal program and then infects it and performs different activity. Right? Now the next is keylogger. Now, as the name also gives you a hint, it is a software which keep track of the user's keystroke or activities and sends the information. Ninth and important one is denial of service attack or DOS attack. A denial of service attack refers to an attempt to make computer resource unavailable to the intended or legitimate user. Okay. Generally, it consists the effort of a person or a group of person to prevent an internet site or service from functioning efficiently or completely. It may be temporary or infinitely. One of the common method of denial of service attack is to saturate the target machine with external communication requests in such a way that either the machine cannot respond properly or respond slowly that it would not send service effectively. Okay, you can think of a scenario where a printer is attached to multiple users. Okay, now what a user do, simply plugs off the printer from the network. Now what will happen in return? None of the user will be able to take advantage of the service or avail the service of the printer. This is a simple denial of service, right? So in broader context, you can say where the resources are not in the reach of the attacker, what it will do, it will give too many requests or false requests to the server or website so that it slows down or it works completely, it shut downs completely, right? So this thing is called denial of service attack. Now, the other and the last one is spoofing. Spoofing is a method or way of acquiring information from the user in which a user creates a website which is similar to very popular websites like sbi.co.in or any bank website or government website where you use credit cards or financial transactions, right? Or a social media can be there, for example a fake Facebook website which whose domain is almost similar to facebook.com and interface is just a copy of Facebook. Now if a user do not take care that it has typed the correct domain name, it goes to the you can say that duplicate website facebook.com. What he will do, he will input username and password which can be used by the author um, to delete the account or to um, perform malicious activity, right? And this sort of thing is called phishing, where a duplicate or similar looking website is created and user and attempt of acquiring information or traditional username and password or credit card details is done. Okay. But farming is a little bit different, where a hacker takes the advantage of vulnerability of a DNS or the website by modifying the content of the website and directing to some other page. And this page contains the inputs input controls which can acquire the information sent to the user or author, which can be used which can be misused. Okay, and such type of thing is called farming. Hope you got this. This is what I have today. Goodbye and have a nice day.